got a bad connection. I gotta go, Auntie. I got a bad
Okay,
connection.
wait.
I gotta go. I got a bad connection.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another session of Free to Heal, where we are formerly incarcerated and loved ones, and we come together every week. Sometimes I wonder why we do this, but anyway, but I'm real clear that our purpose is to come together so that we can heal from the wounds that mass incarceration have left on all of us, whether we're a loved one or whether we are a person who's been incarcerated. So we have people here who've been incarcerated, fed time, state time, and all sorts of things. And so we started a conversation just a second ago that there's a topic I want to talk about, and that is the role of women. And particularly, I'm going to just read something that I wrote in my book, Hurt People Highway. Women have been fighting for equal rights in the United States for decades. It is appropriate that we be paid equal pay for equal work, have the right to vote, make choices over our finances, bodies, and circumstances. In light of the fact that today is election day, I just so happened to open up the book, and this is what I saw. Where it has created a problem is when we bring that mentality into an intimate relationship. Even if it is a same-sex relationship, one party must assume the leadership role. Just as everybody must have a head, every relationship must have a head. While women are capable of doing almost anything that men can do, and yes, sometimes better, I digress. I digress. It is not the most efficient thing for women to have to do everything. The same is true for men. Men are capable of doing almost anything a woman can do, but it is not always the most efficient way for the benefit of the entire family. In a family unit, it is most efficient for the head of the household to be the man. I hear all the screams, and I'm sure I will have to have a bodyguard protection from here on out, but it is most efficient. What does that look like? Well, the man should be the provider, protector, and leader of the family. Just as the head, the brain, makes decisions for the rest of the body, the man should have the final responsibility for decisions for the family. Now, if he is efficient as the brain, he will ensure that everyone receives enough power to function efficiently. When that happens, the body is healthy. If the man is efficient in all of the many responsibilities that come along with being the leader, every member of the family will be seen, heard, loved, and content. Now, for all those men out there high-fiving me, think about all of the things you are responsible for. First, the brain sends and receives messages to every part of the body. That means that it has a connection with every part of the body. If connection is lost with any part of the body, that part of the body becomes paralyzed. When the head of the family fails to maintain a connection with any part of the family, paralysis sets in the relationship and will affect the entire rest of the family. If the head is not leading and setting the direction for the family, it very likely will not be working as efficiently as it could. Something will be out of order. The head of the family has a lot of responsibility to go along with the authority to make the decisions. He can't have the authority without the responsibility. This is why many women are unwilling and even afraid to allow a man to make decisions, because many men are not taking and handling their responsibilities. Now, that was what I had decided that I wanted to read. And then just before, when we do a check-in before we record, because
you didn't write that.
What I wanted to talk about, the participants of this group get to decide what the topic is going to be. But just during our last check-in, there was a little comment made about a gentleman having to explain to his friends that are still incarcerated that they have to, quote unquote, watch out for these women. And those of us that the ladies can y'all look at
why did you just do that to us? Why did he just do that to us?
Hey man, that wasn't intentional like that.
Wait, real fast, please. Wait.
Want to understand what in the hell was he talking about?
Excuse me. Wait.
Which one of y'all? I'm listening.
Wait. I want to talk first, please.
Mr. Davion, I know you over there. Wait, hold up, Mr. Davion, because you talking. I'm gonna mute you right now. Listen. So this is the thing. I want the man that made the statement. I want him to go and come off mute and tell me what in the hell is you talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it like this. Now, I should have said not all women, but some. Like I happened to be on Instagram one day, and I read a little thing from a female. She said that she will not go on a date with a dude unless he gives her $5,000 cash, buy her a new outfit, hair done, nails done, and some other crap. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I happened to be in a grocery store, seen this lady, say hello. She said, for me to say hello back, you got to buy me some groceries. And I just looked at her and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Right. And I almost said some other stuff, right? But I was with my little cousins and them.
You almost reacted, huh? Look,
And I
you
kind of
wasn't
walked
having
off.
fun, you almost reacted, huh?
Yeah. And so in like a few places, eatery spots with my cousins and them, hey, how you doing? Oh, you must finna buy me dinner or something. Like, wow, I gotta buy your phone number or something? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
that's what I was meaning.
Okay. I understand that. And I just want to and this word I'm about to use right here, Darius, I want you to know this. I got this word from a pimp off of Maury Povich. Let me correct about the situation. I'm gonna correct about the situation. Okay. They were little girls. Because I'm gonna tell you from here.
I don't need you to buy my
as a grown woman, I don't need you to buy my groceries. I don't need you to buy my dinner. To have my phone number, I don't need you to buy me nothing. I can buy my own dinner. If that's what I mean, like I could buy my own groceries. That's why I'm in a damn grocery store. I didn't come in. I didn't even know you when I came to the grocery store. Why would I now all of a sudden say hello to me? And how come it could have just been you was just saying hello?
Being nice.
Just being cordial to the gentleman, just anything. But see, that's the mind of a child.
Yeah.
It's not the mind of a grown-up.
Mm-hmm.
They may look grown, but what's really going on? Are they grown? And also, in my book, I say it's all in the selection process. And so I have a friend, I admire this man a lot, but I met him initially trying to help him. This has been at least 13, 14 years ago, trying to help him work on getting custody of his children. And all of the things that I told him he needed to do, he eventually did those things and he eventually got his kids. So we have a great relationship. But he always posts these posts about, would a woman do this? And like things like, well, what time should, if it's a wife, what time when she goes out with her friends, should she come back home? Whatever time she get done. Like, I don't understand. But if you got a wife that's a woman, a grown woman, there's a certain amount, she's not staying out so long anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because she's trying to come home anyhow. But again, I'm constantly saying, I think based on the things that you say about women, that you're picking the wrong kind of women. You're picking children. You're not picking grown women. And so I would say that. And then another thing that I've also said in my book is that when you start, this is how you begin to get hurt when you're dealing with women, is when you start engaging in sex before you really even know the person.
Exactly.
That's what. Okay,
say it for the people in the back.
Okay, for the people in the back that didn't hear, how you wind up getting hurt is when you begin to engage in sex too soon. Okay, so because once you start, I'm gonna put it to you like this: there are things that will come up that are little flags. It might be a little flag like this little piece of thing on the end of here, right? And you go, that's strange. And then it get a little bit bigger, and then it's bigger. And now all of a sudden it's a Mack truck or a 2x4 upside your damn head because you kept missing the red flags. One of the ways that we miss the red flags is because we start engaging in sex. And when the flag happens, we doing this.
Time out.
Eyes closed. We done missed everything. We done missed everything because we too busy engaged in the sex, or we focusing on the wrong shit. We focusing on that. And when you don't know a person,
That's good.
and you engage, you tie yourself to that. You created the problem for yourself.
Exactly.
But for me, it's crazy, Darius, that you said that today, because again, I had already decided we were going to talk about that only in light of the fact, the way that it mentioned rights. And with today being election day, I thought, oh, well, that's an interesting conversation to have on an election day, particularly in an election year where women's rights are on the ballot and all of these kinds of things. I mean, I even heard some Republicans say that we should repeal the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote, so that they have to have their vote through their husbands. They don't even actually have a vote. So for me, when I saw that, and then it's just interesting that you say that today. So the issue is this, is that, okay, if I just want to, like I say, rectify the situation.
Just want to make sure you
that if you running into little girls, yeah, you're gonna have that, right? But a grown woman, she don't want your money. She don't need your money. She ain't thinking about you.
But you know what? You know, also too, Noreen. Though, I mean, you know, just by saying hello to a female and whatnot, you never know what you're getting into. But then when when I hear that, it's immediately like I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm cheering. You know, that's even
You should be Darius. No, you're correct on that one, sweetie. Oh, you're absolutely right. Keep passing her about what you look like.
That's even like you know, doing, you know, like me and my little 8-year-old cousin, you know, he with me, we going to a store. So it was like a group of ladies coming in. So I'm like, hey, let's open it. I'm showing him, you know, I'm teaching him little things. I open the door. This one chick say, what you opening the door for me for? And then her first thing her friend said was, girl, please. You know what I'm saying? It was like, girl, please, this is a gentleman right here. He was raised right. And they just walked in there. Now none of them was my type, but I'm just saying, though, I'm just doing that on GP. But that's what, you know, like I said, that's what I be trying to get my guys to understand. Like, when you come out here, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So if you want to deal with the muck, then, hey, you're going to be in the muck. But I'd rather deal with the doves that's flying. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Okay. Yeah, you can't be an eagle.
Give me 25 on 8.
You can't be a dove flying around with the turkeys. So look,
No.
I'm a go ahead, Mr. Hello, sir, nephew. Okay. Let me hear what you got to say. I wanted to get in on this conversation.
No, I was gonna ask him, why did he put us in that position? Because at Freedom Hill, it is some very, 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 very sharp women there. So I try to avoid this conversation when they come like that. But he cleaned it up for us, because at the end of the day, it go both ways with men and women. Because I have heard people say, "Oh, all men are this way," and I heard all men say all women this way. So he cleaned it up for us. But I thought we was in trouble right now.
Well, so let me just say, you're still in trouble.
Huh?
You're still in trouble. It don't matter. Listen,
who you say, you or y'all?
You, as in you in particular.
Hey, what you say? Hey, here I come. Hey, Auntie, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to cut off early today. I gotta come early. Somebody just called me. I got a very important
he gotta
meeting to
go.
go
Oh
to.
wait, your laundry calling.
Yeah, my laundry. She said, "Beep."
You heard the machine buzz.
It's a long line out there. It's a long line. And I gotta stay clean and fresh.
No, but seriously though, like, but I am interested though in your opinion and your experience though, in dealing with women since you've been home. You know, just in general, what's it been like?
For me,
no, put an owl on your left shoulder, dude. Which way are you?
Okay. Well, my experience has been wow. And I say wow because before I went in, all right, I did from 16 to 23. Went back in. I did that. I said I went in from 16 to 23. I was in Wilder. I went back, did 10 years. Well, 2 years was Wilder. Did 10 years, and I'm kind of humble now, but not humble. And a lot of times, like, it's old things that come up that I don't know how to cut myself off from. Because, like, I've been raised by, like I say, women. My mom, auntie, like, you know, he said, a gentleman, open the car door, pump the gas, your wife, your girl, she has to never wash her car. A gentleman. What I do in the streets, I do in the streets. You know what I mean? As a youth. You know what I mean? I never try to bring that to the house. But I say that to say, I have run across women, have he run across, well, girls have he run across girls. So it's just, they act one way and they portray one way, but they do the opposite. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, like you say, when we love hard. When we care hard. So a lot of times, the heart that I have extended to these women is I'm winding up in shorter than stick sometimes. You know, so
that's another thing. Another one of those things that in chapter 2 of my book that I talk about that leads to hurt, and that is doing things in a relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, before you have a title and you have been chosen to be that person. So with women, we start cooking, and your mom need to go to the doctor, and you need me to pick up your kids, and we do all these things. You want me to help you with your laundry? Can I pick you something up? Let me cook you some food. Let me bring you some food. Okay, we do all those things. And he ain't even asked us to be his girlfriend.
He didn't even ask you to do it.
He didn't ask you to do none of those things, not any of those things. But we start doing that. And with a man is, let me take care of their kids. Let me pick up their kids. Let me, take the kids to the park. Let me, buy them some shoes, whatever. The point being is that we often begin to do things before we have either gotten to know the person or we've been given the title. Because see, a lot of people like to leave a relationship undefined, because then you can go in and out of responsibility
At your time.
whenever you get ready. But the issue is there's a drawback to that, because when you don't have a title, which means you don't have responsibility, you also don't have no rights. So if you don't have a position,
well, what do you mean?
Where your boundaries are. You don't know what you should or shouldn't be doing. And when you start doing too much, then you're bound to get hurt, especially if you're doing too much for somebody you don't really know. You don't know how they're going to receive it. You don't know how they're going to react. You don't know whether they're going to reciprocate, and it is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. But the key to this conversation is understanding this. Along with rights come responsibility, and vice versa. So while it sounds good, oh no, we don't have to have no title. We don't have to put no titles on it. We don't have to do this. Yeah, well, okay, but anything that's undefined is nothing. So whatever you're doing something for nothing. Who does that? Where the hell we doing that at? I only want work. What?
For nothing.
For nothing? I'm gonna work every day. I'm not gonna check Miss Cheryl. I'm not.
For nothing. I can volunteer at home.
I'm not gonna.
I can volunteer at
Wait. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get a check. Mr. They're not gonna give me no check.
No, ma'am.
If I'm working at.
No, ma'am. Said.
Oh. Well then I don't think I want to do this job. I don't think so, because I need to get paid. I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to get paid. But guess what? I'm providing a service. That's what a job is. That's the definition of a job. Provide a service and get a fee. I needs the fee.
Say it one more time.
I'm gonna need the fee. Provide a service to get the fee.
Thank you.
Noreen need the fee with her. Okay. Now, if we are intimate partners, well, if we at that stage, I should have some rights and responsibilities. I should have some right to something. I can ask you some questions. I can understand what's going on with you. Now, mind you, like my book said, if we're in a relationship and that man is the head of that relationship, that doesn't mean that I feel the need now that I need to be checking his phone and doing all that kind of stuff. No, that's not what comes with that, because you know why? Because if he's doing what he's supposed to do the right way, then I already feel secure in my position. I already feel safe in his care, because he is nurturing and feeding my needs, just like that.
No,
come around.
But sometimes
let me so they can see you while you're talking. Go ahead.
Sometimes a person don't do nothing, but the other person insecurities have them do that. Because at the end of the day, I saw firsthand.
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you what the lady in the back said. Lady in the back said,
What lady
you
in the
missed
back?
the red flag. You missed the red flag. See, the flag was there.
Mm-hmm.
The flag that they were insecure, it was there from day one. I'm gonna tell you how it plays out. I'm asking for stuff. You know, I'm asking you where you at. Da, da, da. All the little red flags that I'm jealous. Why is she looking at you? Do you know her from somewhere? Right, wait, say that again. Please tell the people.
That you probably thought was cute.
Right, because y'all do. Y'all think that's cute. You think it, men and women, we think it's, oh, he really liked me. He jealous,
Thank
you
you,
know.
thank you for saying men and women, because at first you're saying y'all, but thank you
Yeah.
for being open, Auntie,
Oh yeah,
because
no.
it's
No,
that's
you
why
know,
I just said thank you. I just
100's
said
on
thank
up in here.
you.
Just the 100's on up in here. Come on, man.
That's why I
Please.
said thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So listen, so this is the thing, right? So somebody missed the red flag somewhere because, like you say, you thought it was cute. All is so cute that they like me like that they wanted it. No, it's not cute. Okay. They were red flags that were there up front that said, I'm jealous, I'm insecure. And how you will see it, how you will know it, is what you will see is a person you'll see the insecurity come out in the relationship with other people. You'll see it. It shows up, but you got to be paying attention. And again, if you're going, you can't see because you miss it. You missing it, boo. Because you the flag now, the thing now is big red. But you missing it because you focusing on the wrong stuff. So at the end of the day, you need to you really have to be paying attention. So yes, there are those insecurities and things where people are searching for, they want to go through your stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
but that's not. But right. So go ahead.
Why would you want to go through somebody's phone? To me, if you want to go through somebody's phone, for one, you're trying to start a fight. That's going to start a fight. That's going to start an argument, and that's showing how insecure you are. That's showing how your brain is not where it needs to be because you're thinking about going to somebody else's property, and that is not your phone to even be picking up in the first place.
And if you have to do that, what kind of relationship you really got?
It's not a relationship. Y'all just friends.
Y'all in a situationship. See, because I need, I need to know. I need to know what, like, again, what's my position? What's my position? Do I even have a right to be asking these questions? And quite frankly, if I'm invested enough in that way, then I already know what I bring to the table. You want to play on me and lose this? That's your bad.
I'm taking the whole fucking table when I leave too.
Okay. You taking all of it? Everything
all this shit. Okay. Now.
So this is the thing, right? So again, the key becomes making sure that you select wisely and that you don't begin to invest
too fast
before you have been, whether it's going to be reciprocated, if that's what you need, because sometimes that's not what you need. You don't necessarily need somebody to reciprocate everything you're doing. But as it relates to again, because the conversation really being, who is best to lead in the relationship, and what does that look like? And what rights do women have, and what should we? Because I'm gonna tell you from here, I have said many times before throughout my life, for me personally, it is not a compliment to call me a strong Black woman. It's not. Why? Because all that is for me is a reminder of all the loads that I have had to carry that weren't mine in the first place. By myself, that were not mine to carry in the first place. So no, that's not a compliment to me. Okay. Yeah, I did what I had to do, but I that wasn't my choice. Okay. And so no, I don't want to be reminded of that. That may sound good to you, but guess what? It's not good for me, because I want to be able to just be in that woman position. I want that. I love to be able, I'm the boss at work all day, every day. I don't want to do that with my man. I don't want to do that every day. I want to let him.
But there's a lot of women that there's a lot of women that don't understand what it is to be feeling like a man is there to protect them because they've been doing it so long by themselves, you know, and
That would
it
have been
bothers
me.
them to the point where a man try to explain to them and show them, look, I got you. I got your back. I got you. You ain't got to fight this fight, or you ain't got to fight by yourself. And then when it happens like that, then the guy's sitting up there and he's like, well, shit, you want to fight all the goddamn fights, so you don't need me. And that's when he starts stepping away. That's
But
why I
what the
always
second,
tell people, until you can date yourself and know who you are, you can't date nobody else because you're not going to see those red flags that you was talking about. How can you see the red flags in your relationship if you don't know who you are as a person?
because you don't know what those flags mean to you. You don't know what those behaviors mean for you in particular. But something you said is really, really, really important. And that is about a person who's been carrying the load for so long. I want to say, I have used this description multiple times. It's like right now, James, you driving, okay? It's like you going 70 miles down the highway and somebody say, oh, I'm gonna take the wheel right now. Okay, wait, first of all, I'm scared to come up off the gas just so we don't crash because I that's been survival. That's been my mode. I got to keep that pedal to the metal. Okay.
Right.
You're telling me you have you got my back and you could take care of it, but I don't even know a lot of times how to even accept help. I can tell you in the case of my job, even somebody would say to me for years, you need an assistant. And I was in survival mode and running so fast, just trying to keep everything afloat that I didn't even know how to use an assistant. I didn't even know what I needed an assistant to do. And so it makes it hard to accept help or get help when you've been in survival mode. And for family members, those are particularly mothers who have been there when husbands and fathers go off to prison, and vice versa, I'm sure, it's very hard to know how to accept help.
First of all, you don't even know what it looks like. When you with somebody for a long time, then all of a sudden they gone. Then when they get back, they come home for doing their time or whatever. I don't know what that is. I don't know how to move out your way because I've been in the front line this long time, all this time by myself. So I don't know how to move to the side to let you try to start guiding me because I've been guiding me. I've been guiding you because I've been taking care of you in the pen. I've been taking care of me and these kids. So I don't know how to move out your way. You telling me stuff, but you could tell me a whole lot of stuff, but it still don't register to me. So I need to see you doing something. I need to see you getting in front of me. And if you can't get in front of me, I'm going to eventually move you out of my way because you're not leading me nowhere. You can't take care of me. Huh?
Is that why I always say that people need to date before they move in? You can be married to somebody, and when you come home, you want to jump in the forefront. But to me, I think that a person needs to date his wife again because she don't know how to be submissive to you at home, like you taking care of dude while he was in the pen all this time. So when it comes to a point to where now he's home and you waiting on him to take the lead, but you don't know how to tell him to take the lead because you know what's got to be done on a day-to-day basis. He just now coming out the pen. He don't know what's going on. Half of the shit we don't even understand, especially with me, 26 and a half years coming out. I used to run my own house, but then I don't know how to run a house today because everything is new. It's new technology. I'm still fumbling with my phone.
That's exactly what I'm saying. When you come home, and I've been doing this for some time by myself, and you telling me, oh, I'm here now, babe, I got you, whatever, don't worry about it, I got it. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I got this kickback. I just don't know how to do that like that.
Well, and the question becomes, where am I kicking back at?
Yeah,
right. Because this is the thing. Because this is the challenge with that is the lights still need to be paid. The rent is still due. So okay, you telling me to kick back
on what?
But but the light still need the landlord want the rent or the mortgage got to be paid, and the kids still need the shoes today. And
picture day tomorrow.
And it was picture day tomorrow.
Picture day tomorrow.
Oh no, not picture day
So I
tomorrow.
gotta do a haircut.
Okay, well, okay, who's doing the haircut?
See what I'm
Okay.
saying? I still gotta keep moving.
What they gonna wear for picture day? I gotta pull that out. I gotta sign off on the package, or they gotta go to the school trip. Who's doing that, and who's picking them up from school? Who did the lunches? All that stuff still. So while it's great that you wanna step in, right? But one of the things that tends to happen is, and I've said this to multiple men that have come home, and each one of them have come back and said it was helpful for them. And that's this. When I explain that and I use that to say to them, we don't know how to slow down and let you take over. So instead of you thinking that we're trying to control you or we just want to be in control, no, we don't know how to not, because we haven't had the luxury to not have to be in charge. Understand that. I hear something.
Well, no, I was gonna say, I think it's more so a matter of showing that you're there to take control as opposed to saying that. Don't tell me that you're here to do it. I want to come home and things are done, or I want to see it. I don't want to hear it. And then I can release that, and I can start it to move into my soft woman era.
But I love that. I love that.
Do it on Monday.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Right.
You have to be consistent. Yeah, you have to be consistent. You can't just all of a sudden you clean the house today. It's Monday. You got the house already. When I come home, okay, you took some food out so I can cook or whatever the case may be. No, but I'm saying. No, I'm saying, but now we here. No, I'm because you don't know how to cook. I'm gonna show you. I'm getting there with you, but I'm saying you did that Monday. Maybe Tuesday you did a little something. Now Wednesday you're not here. Hold on, pimp. It don't work like that. It don't work like that.
Because the kids need to eat every day.
Hello.
Okay, did you know that the kids need to eat every day? And they want to eat 3 times a day.
Yeah, you have to be consistent on showing me where I need to sit back at, or where I can sit back at.
That's the key.
Hello, you have to be consistent with me.
Right. Where is it safe
where I need to sit back
for me and this family to let you step? Where is it safe for me to let it go? Because look, I'm ready to let it go. Trust and believe. Okay. Oh gosh, please let me
drop the bag.
Just tell me where I can let it go, and I'm okay with that, right? But show me, like you said, I need to see it. And just talking about it, talk is cheap.
But every man
and
gets
coffee $5 and some change over at Starbucks.
But every man gets flustered because they don't know how to do it. First of all, they don't have the patience, and being in control. Have patience. You have to have patience. If you don't have patience, you're not going to go nowhere.
Well, a lot of us, and this is what I see, a lot of us, we want to do it, but we don't know how. And then a lot of people get mad because we ask, how do we do this? How do we do that? And it's got to be patience on both sides, because you got a dude that's been away damn near 30 years. He want to do it. He got the job, he got the funds, but he don't know what the fuck he doing. All he know what to do is, here, baby, here's the money, go pay the bills. But then, to me, I think that's something that we all, that's something that we, as men, coming out the pen, should be able to learn. But then you have, how can I say, women been in that automatic mode so long, they don't know how to take a minute to say, baby, this is how you do this. Baby, this is how you do it. No, just give me the money. I'll pay it. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then he starts feeling like,
listen, but do you understand? But do you understand why? Do you understand?
I understand why, but then understand my plight too. As bad as I want to be the head of my house, I want to do this. All right, that first thing I did was got a job. The next thing I did was I started handing money to you so we could catch up on XYZ. Kids need shoes. I'm going with you to the store to get the shoes. I'm going with you to do this, do that. But please slow down and teach me what it is that I need to know outside of just watching you do it. You know what I'm saying?
And Delilah, I see your hand. The challenge with that, James, is it's only the same 24 hours in a day, and we don't have it's not a lot of room to slow down, because again, remember, the stuff is at our heels, is at our heels, is moving fast, and it's not stopping. Every 30 days, the rent need to be paid. Every few months, the kids need new shoes, like all of that stuff. So it's not a matter of not even having the patience sometimes. It's that things still need to function. Let me let Delilah in here real quick, so that you can say what you want to say, sweetie.
I think that the communication piece is really important because it is like that. It's for me as a formerly incarcerated woman who's had to put everything on my shoulders, and I don't, before prison I'm hustling, doing all these things to make sure everything is right. Now I get out, and like everybody that's been on here saying that all the responsibilities that we have to be out here and take care of ourselves. So then when a man steps in, and this has happened in my relationship, where he wants me to be softer and this and that and all these things, but for so long I've had to be in survival mode. So he's also formerly incarcerated. So as we're growing, and the woman part of it, I'm like, men want to, they bring in the money and then they just want to do stuff, and I'm more like the type that's like, okay, well, this comes out on this part of the month and this comes out on this, and so we can't do that. And now, like, so there's no communication. And if you don't have the communication to be like, okay, well, that's not my strong suit for him, to do that, that we have to communicate that, we have to have a budget, and you're going to handle this and I'm going to handle that. And until that communication piece, until you actually sit down and communicate that, because you do have to be patient, especially with formerly incarcerated people, because we're behind on technology, we're behind on all these things, but things are still moving and we still got to keep going. And a lot of times we don't, before the relationships, when you're talking about learning each other, we come home and we don't learn ourselves, and we're not healed from everything else. And until you're at that point, where you're healed and you're confident and you're stable. Because if I'm not good for me, like, and I can't contribute to this, I don't think I should be in no type of relationship with anybody. But a lot of women do that too. We come home and right away, and I say this when I go back into the prison, like Darius had said something about, I tell them that they ratchet out here. Well, I tell them the same. I don't say about being ratchet, but what I say is that when I go back in and speak, they think that I got it all together. I ain't got nothing together yet. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you, there are trials and tribulations, but you can get through it, because I'm getting through it. And there's a whole bunch of us that are getting through it. You can get through it. But when it comes to the relationship part, you got to be ready to be in a relationship. Because if the man hasn't healed and the woman hasn't healed, and then you're in there, it's a toxic relationship.
And that is what is more often than not happening, is that people are not healed. Because one of the other things that has come up multiple times in Free to Heal is that when people are incarcerated, a lot of times they are slowed down enough to spend time doing work on themselves.
Right.
And they come home to family members that haven't done any work on themselves.
Right.
They haven't done self-help groups. They haven't done the analysis and figured out who they are and learn themselves in that way. So, and then of course, something that came up last week that Tony said, oftentimes people make it seem like the person that's incarcerated is the whole problem, and they're not, right? They came from somewhere. They came from an environment. They're part of a family. They're part of a relationship. They're part of a community. And everybody has their own part to play in the dysfunction. It's one of the challenges when you work with children. You take a child that's coming from a dysfunctional family and you put them in programs at school or after school programs, and things are going really well. But then you send them right back home into that toxic household. And then you wonder why they're not making any progress, because they don't get an opportunity to exercise that, because the toxicity in the home, the unhealthy nature of the home environment is counterproductive. And so it's like a push and pull, and every step forward and you're taking 2 steps back. And so again, but the key thing understanding here again is that everybody has roles and responsibilities, rights and responsibilities. We need to know what they are. I cannot be a good I can not even, Delilah, communicate what I want or need if I don't know. A lot of times, like I was saying about my job, people say you need an assistant. I'm running so hard just trying to make sure everything stays in place that I can't even stop and say, what do I need? I can't even think about it like that. You want to say something?
I'm the assistant.
Huh?
I'd be like, okay, calm down. Leave the keyboard alone, because
she gets mad because when she come to my house, so she really has turned out to be my assistant.
Leave it alone.
But I didn't know that's what I hired her for. But I type fast. And so she says that I beat up on the keyboard and she feels bad for the keyboard. And she said between the keyboard and the phone and the computer, she leaves. She's like, I can't stay over there working with her. I can't. Look at her. She's so silly. But listen, that's the nature of it. That's the nature of it. Is that literally when you running that fast and trying to keep all those balls juggling in the air, it's like, Delilah, when when your dad first went to prison and all of the times that you made it seem like you were okay, you were juggling so many things at one time. You didn't have an opportunity to just say, and if somebody had said to you, oh, just stop right, I got your back. But okay, but what you gonna let them do? What are you gonna let I don't know which task. And I think, like you said, Jamali, what you got to do is you got to show me. I need you to just handle it.
But you don't know you're not okay. What do that look like? What do that feel like? You just know something is off, but you can't even communicate it because you don't know what it is. I've been there. I didn't know what that was. I just knew something wasn't right. But I couldn't explain it to nobody because I didn't know what it was. I couldn't even sit down and define it for myself because I never knew what it was. Being in when your anxiety is so high, your stress levels are so high, you can't focus because you can't eat, you can't sleep. It's crazy. You can do your daily function. I can go to work. I went to work every day, never missed a day. But after I get out of there, it's over for me. I'm done. I'm like a zombie. I'm just sitting there. But I don't know. I never knew what that was. I never knew I wasn't okay. Now I know exactly all the steps, what it is. But back then I had to tell somebody to help me, but I couldn't help myself.
And and that goes back to what James always says about dating yourself and stuff first when you come home. Really, you got to get to know who you are on this side of the wall after that experience, because whoever you were when you were incarcerated, you are not that person. That person can't even function the same out here in the streets. Why? Because being in prison is a universe all of its very own. It has its own hierarchy, its own politics, its own language, rules and regulations, and all of those things. So you can't necessarily be who you were when you were in prison. And now you need to find out who you are now, particularly for people who have done long stretches. Who am I now? Right? Davey, I mentioned he went in at 17, came out at 23, 16, came out at 23. Okay, that's okay. So that's a different person. First of all, just even age-wise, that's a totally different, there's a different level of expectation for a 23-year-old versus a 16-year-old. Exactly. It's totally different. But guess what? But guess what? All of the things, the steps and the circumstances that would have helped him to grow into the 23-year-old to handle 23-year-old responsibilities, it didn't happen with him.
That's not going on in there.
It didn't happen with him. So he didn't get to experience things. It's another thing. When you talk about being gone 26 and a half years, right? James gone 26 and a half years. Well, there was a lot of things that happened in 26 and a half years that he didn't get to experience during that time. So he doesn't have the experience to be able to navigate all of those things. Right. So even when you talk about coming home and what a person wants you to do and those things, and you want to come and you want to help and you want to relieve the load.
Just help.
You don't even know how to use the telephone yet. You don't even know how to use the phone. I see you, Harry. Harry, you wanted to say something. Here you go. Here you go, Mr. Harry. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I'm listening. it's kind of strange because you know what, guys, like you said, have done long terms. I mean, long stretches, decades, and then coming out, right? But let's pencil in the age factor: 60 and over, right? I'll be 65 in another couple of weeks, right? And a lot of us, like myself, I'm set in my own ways, right? So then to adjust, to make that adjustment now, right? Now that's a big responsibility getting into a relationship, especially right now. You're getting out and you ain't got a damn thing. You're trying to get back on your feet. You're trying to get acclimated back into society. There's a lot of, a lot of different avenues that you're going to have to take to try to get back on track, right? But I mean, just to jump out and just all of a sudden get yourself into a relationship and you ain't got a damn thing to bring to the table. I mean, where's your thinking?
Yeah, because guess what, Harry? Because guess what? Even as anybody wants to be respected in their relationship, right? But yet you're not bringing much to the table, but you want, and that's often what happens. I want to be respected as the head of the household, the man, but you're not able to lift the load to be all of those things. And there's that, because there is that transition period. But simultaneously, I can tell you, as the one who was the woman of a person who came home, I knew that he didn't have a job. I knew he didn't have a car. I knew that he didn't have those things. I wasn't expecting him to have them overnight, right? But so I was able, thankfully, because I did understand and had enough experience with people and knew enough people that had been incarcerated. And also, I knew enough I was a grown woman. I think that's the other thing, because as a grown woman, I never felt the need to emasculate him about the fact that he didn't have a job and he didn't have a car and he didn't have when he first came home. I just would never have said those things to him because I knew that he was working on those things. Now, there are, as we talked at the top of the show about little girls. A little girl will let you have it. They're going to let you have it. Well, you ain't got this and you ain't got that. Fuck you. You know, how you gonna be the head of something? You can't even take care of yourself, right? And then, but like you say, where what you talk about being set in your ways, Harry.
Yes.
That's hard, because then with age comes. I can tell you, the older you get, they say life begins at 40. I can tell you, beginning at 40 is when I definitely started feeling like I don't care what you think, right? Yep. I got no fucks left to give. I don't care. Yep. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's just where it's at. I ain't got nothing. And the older I get, and that 60 is way worse than it was at 40. You know what I'm saying? I like, that's just not an issue for me. So it is, it's very difficult. And because you have been in, like you say, so long, and now you're gonna be 65 years old, there were certain things that you did in ways that you functioned when you were inside that have become a part of you. And they're not because you come home.
Right. And you know, for myself being out here now, things are kind of starting to fall in place little by little, you know, because I'm trying to get it together, right? And the car, the bank account, everything that it takes to be responsible, to be accountable to yourself. That you said, who are you? I'm finding out who I am. Oh, I got to get to know who Harry is, right? Before I can get introduced to somebody else. Believe me, I've met some foxes out here, right? But
they foxes, Harry, they foxes.
Man, smoking hot, right? And I was like, man, shoot there, shoot there. I said, you know what? I got to take a step back. I got to be careful, right? I had to decline, because you know what? I'm on track. I got to get everything that I need to make me happy, first and foremost, right? Before I can make anybody else happy, right? So, it's like, sure, do I want to get into a relationship with somebody? Yes, but that's not the time. I need to get me together, right?
And then I'll know. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yes, but it takes a minute. It takes a minute, And I see like
that's important is for you to know you. In other words, I'm really big on making sure. Forget about what you bring into the table as much as, do you know what you want from the table? also. I think that's as important, because if I don't know me, I can't tell you what's going to work for me. And now we doing trial and error, and it's hit and miss. And that's where frustration builds up, is because I'm not even really telling you what I know, because I don't know. I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want. I don't know what matters to me at this point. I got an idea about some things. What the man say? He got a concept of a plan. I got a concept of a plan on what make me happy, but that's only some stuff I heard. That's not what I know.
I heard that.
That's some shit I heard. That ain't what I know for sure. Right. So now we're in this scenario where and what happens is it's my fault, because I'm misleading you, because I don't really know. I'm confused myself. And then I'm mad because you can't figure out my damn confusion.
And then you gonna tell me, I thought you had it all together.
Yeah, well, no, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Right? So I need to be clear about who I am, so that I can properly communicate, Delilah. Right? But I gotta know me first. That's the first thing I gotta do, is I gotta know me and what really works for me and what do I need.
And stop being afraid of it.
You know, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing, and it's a good thing for us to try to figure out. Again, we even here at Free to Heal, we had talked before about the fact that we all came to this conclusion, or a consensus, that for people that have been away for a while, it's best to go to a halfway house first, even if you're married, so that you can begin to learn who you are, learn who everybody else, learn yourself, so that you can communicate those things. And those are things that we've all come to a consensus about. Go to a halfway house, especially if you've been gone a long time. Go get acclimated to who you are. Go learn, go live somewhere else while you're trying to learn the technology. Go through those things. Not that you can't have interaction with your family, but at the same time, it give you some space, because you don't know them. You don't know them, and they don't know you. Especially, again, like I say, if you've been gone for a long period of time. So
nobody knows.
I'm really, really grateful that we've had this conversation. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to give us a last comment. I'm gonna start with you, James. Any last comments? Unmute, sweetie. Give us your last comments. Check out for me.
My last comment is, I've been out 4 years. I've been up, down, all around in relationships. Now I have really stepped away from everybody, because even though I dated me, I still had to go back and reassess who I am as an individual. So my job now, being a truck driver, really gives me that time and space to be able to reassess who I am, and also work on my shortcomings and my issues that came afterward. I'm not perfect. I still have some work I got to do on me. And like I said, I'm always apologizing for shortcomings. I'm always apologizing for, stuff I didn't know. I may have done something that I didn't know I'd done. But like I said, the best thing about it is, the reason why they have erasers on pencils, so we can erase it and start all over again. And that's what I'm doing. I didn't physically hurt nobody. So I'm constantly trying to redo over what I need to redo over, and understand where I've been in my journey. So you guys take your time and understand your journey the first time, then you don't have to use that eraser.
That's awesome. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate you. So be careful out there here.
All right, Harry, y'all be good.
All right, Harry, you want to check out for us? Final comments, sweetie. There you go. What you did? There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to say those single ladies out there, I'm available. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what, Harry? We ain't playing with you. We ain't playing with you tonight, Harry. We just not playing with you tonight.
I'm on the table. I'm just kidding.
All the single ladies, hey, you available to mingle, Harry? We ain't playing with you, Harry. We gonna keep right on moving. Delilah, Delilah, I need to come to you because I need some sense. I need.
My bad. I really did back in. Thank you. I'm all good.
Delilah, save me from Harry. Delilah, help.
I just want reaffirm what James said, that working on ourselves, because it's important. I've been out 4 years too, and that was the most important thing to me, was to get myself together, and it was helpful in moving forward, not focusing on relationships or family. As far as I just really need to learn myself and create boundaries. So yeah, and I appreciate all of you.
Wonderful. Appreciate you too, sweetie. Appreciate you too. Mr. Darius, since you started all this, look.
Ooh.
Hey, you know what?
That's not fair. That's not fair. But I'm putting on you anyway, because you know how.
No, you know what though, Noreen, I should have worded it a little better, and I'm working on that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm working
okay.
on that. How I word
Listen,
things.
we your family.
But
We your family. We take you just like you are here, and we appreciate.
But I want to say, with me personally, coming home and dealing with different peoples. I noticed that, I was having a conversation with my baby cousin. I was telling him, because one of my cousins is like straight toxic. So, and my cousin wanted like, well, why would we all the cousins do something? If he doing it, you don't want to do it. I said, because I don't want to be around that dude. I said, see, I have a right for myself not to be around individuals like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's my cousin. I love him, but hey, I can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, because if I go somewhere with him and he get to doing some goofy stuff, I said, we all gonna go down the drain. Cause I said, but I told him, I said, I'm gonna leave y'all. I said, I'll get on. Y'all be the ones getting in trouble. But I just don't want to put myself in that situation. And I think that's what a lot of my cousins and them are starting to realize now, like the way what he was going through in prison and the steps I was doing to better myself. They see that now. And they see that, well, he's not willing to do this, but he'll sure go over here where's a bunch of, everybody over here just chilling. Yeah, it's the choice,
Yeah. It's funny because Diane always talks about how much time, now that her life is changing around and different, she's getting the toxicity out of her life, how she really just enjoys being alone, and people don't understand. Oh no, I'm going somewhere and chill out. That you will find yourself not needing to be in that mix as much, because the possibilities are endless as to what can happen there. So that's great. But thank you for being
welcome.
Here. I appreciate
you. I appreciate all you ladies though.
We know you do. And so, Mr.
I'm my grandmother's baby boy, you know what I'm saying? So,
I heard that.
I love the ladies.
Right. We appreciate that.
All right.
Any final comments from you, sweetie? I can't hear you. Unmute.
How's that?
All right.
Yeah. I'm just remaining present. I'm kind of enjoying the ride. I'm proud of my growth, and just one day at a time.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I learned in AA and NA. It's just that one day at a time.
Well, let me say this. I definitely want you to keep us posted about your daughter.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
I really do. Just want to, keep everybody in my prayers.
Thank you. Now, I have one question.
Yes.
Is there any complications with me being on parole, calling police in another state?
There shouldn't be. No.
About my daughter? No.
No.
If you have the interaction.
No, what it is, if it's a negative interaction, is what Cheryl is saying.
Okay.
That's a challenge. What you're doing is you're looking for a welfare check.
Right. Okay.
You're looking for a welfare check, and that should be available to every citizen.
Okay.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right.
And I love the fact that you asked the question too here. I love that, because sometimes we don't know and we don't want to ask, but you started off us in check-in talking about how you did learn to ask for help, and that's just awesome. That is such a beautiful thing, and I appreciate that. Okay, and who did I miss? Okay, so we got Mr. Davion. Did you leave us in the come off put your camera on? Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I was doing laundry. I got a lot to say, but I'm gonna make it real short. I just want to let you guys know that Free to Heal really helped me after Tuesday. Like, just so you know, like the things that we talk about and discuss today help me the rest of the week. You know what I mean?
That's
Just so you
awesome.
know, so like honest, that's honest. Like the conversation, I think about it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know Tuesday I got to be here, but then I think about what we talked about Tuesday, and honestly, I see it on not my day to day, but certain days I see certain topics we talked about, and certain people say how they will deal with it, and I was like, damn man, that was coincidental that they just spoke about that last week. You know what I mean? And the week before that, and certain things like that.
Yeah.
And I say that I say that to say that does help, and I want to know if you could show Miss Diane the camera real fast.
Come here, baby.
Around 4.
She watching. Come here.
Real
Okay.
fast, real fast. Mama,
Mama Jack, how you doing?
Hey, how you
that's
doing?
Pierre. That's
What's your
Pierre.
name?
That's Pierre.
I know now, yeah, I can see him clear now.
He came out here. He was on with us. He listened in a little bit. I be trying to have just invite different people to listen in, and I'm gonna try to have more people start coming too. But yeah, Free Hill do help us, Mama. Auntie.
Love you so much, nephew. Here.
Okay. Love you
How long
too.
he gonna be right there?
How long is he
Huh?
gonna be there? How long is he gonna be there?
He's gonna be right here. I got a chauffeur around. He rode his bike out here from Vegas, so I got to chauffeur him around.
All
They're
right.
gonna be right here for a while.
She may fall through there in a minute. Okay.
All right.
All right. So just hold tight before y'all leave that spot. Check with her. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. She may pull up on you. So now,
Love you
madam,
all.
love you so much, baby. Final comments from you.
I just want to say, just working on self, your credit, your health, focusing on you and becoming a better version or the best version of yourself, you'll attract the person or the people that are supposed to be around you. So just take your time, don't rush anything, and in due time, you'll have the exact people that are supposed to be at your table.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful because what it does is it puts the power in your hands. That's the power in your hands to make your life what it's supposed to be. But it starts with you. See, it's not looking outward, it's looking inwardly to create the existence in your life that you want. And that's very, very, very powerful. Would you like to have your final comments?
I didn't
please?
even get to
Birthday
say none
lady?
of my comments.
Okay, well, come on. I don't know why you did, but go ahead on.
Happy birthday, Miss Cheryl.
Okay, well, go ahead. We'll say it now.
So this is my thing. This is thing for real. People that come out of incarceration don't need to date anybody because you need to get to know yourself. If you were in there without having a relationship with a man or a woman, then you come home, get to know who you are because you knew who you are in prison. I love when James always says, even if you're married, don't go home because she don't know you. You got to get to know yourself so you can explain to other people how you are. And this is the thing about us. We see somebody walking down the street and we be like, oh, look at her booty. Look at his muscles. Look at, oh, he got blue eyes. She got green eyes. They legs. That's lust. You don't want to, what Noreen was saying in the beginning, that's when you start to have sex because you're lusting after the person's body and you don't know the person inside their heart or nothing else. And then when they start being mean and nasty to you, then you all in love because the sex is good. But guess what? If the heart is not good, so what about the sex, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so get to know yourself. The worst thing you can do is be in a relationship because you're so vulnerable when you come out. You haven't been touched unless you've been touched. And if you haven't been touched, guess what? People trust God, but God can't do this to them. So they want something, but don't do it. Don't do it. Get to know yourself. Get to know the person. Get to know the person because you need what you know in 3 months they're gonna change and become their real self anyway. So, thank you.
Because what's important about that is what often happens is you meet a person's representative. You don't meet the actual person. You meet the person they want to be, the person they want to present themselves to be.
Hi.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, thank
yes.
you. You so
Very
nice.
That's
Nigga, I want your money.
Oh wow.
You would have sex with them or whatever, so you're blinded by what you want, and then when you start dealing with that person and the true colors start showing, you like, damn, I didn't know you was like that for real. But you done already got caught up with them.
Yep.
And
Right.
you don't know if what you actually want, the money or whatever they do have to
Is even
offer,
worth it.
it's worth it, or you would deal with it and deal with the bad part of them just to get what you want. So.
Yeah. And see, and that's very critical too. Ooh, I'm so glad you said that. Well, I need you to be here all the time. The reason it's important that she said that is this. I've said to guys multiple times, don't come home to a woman because you need a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Or because she took care of you and you lied. Okay, do not do that. Don't come home to somebody just because you need a place to stay. What that is going to do is set you up for failure. It's going to set you up for a bad situation. Okay, that is not where you want to be. Understand me when I say that to you. That is not where you want to be, because then they're going to treat you like a child, because you acted like a child. Okay, and I know it's scary having nothing and trying to start all over from zero. I understand that, but at the end of the day, that's important.
And we know you guys want to have sex. Hold off. You've been jacking off in the sock, and I'm sorry, but that's what, keep doing that. Keep on. Till you find your body. I'm serious.
No, for real.
Serious.
And that's what all the love we got to give you. Listen, that's in your best interest.
Trying to help you.
Listen, that's easier said than done.
Wait.
That's easier said
what you
than
say,
done.
Davion?
I said that's easier said than done. You guys gotta.
Well, whatever.
Listen.
He said it's
When
easier said than
Yeah,
done.
we know.
When I
We
went there
know.
for 16, listen, I went in at 16 years old. I went in at 16 years old. I got 23. You think I think about working or anything else? What's the first thing you think that a person that went in as juvenile and got out, what do you think they're thinking about?
Sex. It should be your money.
So the thing is, you get out, you guys have an unprotected, you guys are having unprotected sex.
No.
Having babies, and you don't even know what these girls got now, because they got some stuff that's gonna kill your penis and kill you.
We don't think life is a gamble. Hey, roll a dice sometimes.
Okay, gamble my ass. Okay. Wait, he want to gamble. He want to gamble. Then when he crap out, then he want to cry. No, but he done crapped out. Now he want to cry.
Seven dice. 11. 7.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too hot. That's too hot.
Okay, crapped out, nigga. Craps one more time. Okay. You better understand that. I got gentlemen. We have gentlemen here as well. I know y'all think it's just us ladies in here, but it's some men in here too. Come, just check out. Any thoughts? Just come up this way, Ben. Just talk. Just tell them what you want to say. Any last thoughts you want to have for the night?
You talked about us at work. You like, you should come to the class.
I have no words tonight.
You don't have no words tonight?
Say, I will, like we meeting, I learned a lot.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
I know him.
Wait, Davion. What you say? That's it? Okay, Davion, wait, you want to say something else? Wait 1 second. Let me. Okay, what you want to say?
I said, I know that fine young man back there. That guy over there you just talked to, I know him personally. On a day-to-day, I see that man. He's a good dude right there.
Awesome sauce. Totally cool. So for me, this has been a great discussion. And I'm glad that the conversation came up. I just want to remind us that with rights comes responsibilities.
Remember that
you got to do. Did you check out, love?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you did.
Okay. No, come over here. Come over here. Talk to the people. You checked in. You didn't check out. Come to think of it. Talk to the people.
I enjoyed the meeting tonight. I enjoyed the conversation. I'm glad to see you guys. Good night.
Miss Mickey. So yeah, it's important to understand again, especially on a night when we talk on an election night, when we're talking about rights and rights are on the ballot. It's important to understand that both parties in a healthy relationship have rights and responsibilities, though. With those rights
in your
comes
not nobody else
responsibilities. Okay.
A healthy relationship.
And that's the key, because that's the only kind of relationship we talking about here.
Going out
We're not interested in no other kind of relationship here at Free to Heal.
Wow.
healed, okay?
Wow.
So that's Davion on there cutting up. So that's what we try to do. We love you guys. Thank you. Check us out on YouTube, all the social media sites, and we'll see you guys.
Wow.
Okay.